However, the internal weaknesses of these sectarian groups came to fruition. Kubanga bali bitwali tukola nabo bali banafu. The people we are trying to work with, the UPC, the DP, we are all weak. They couldn't maintain stability. So while we had started working with the UPC 1969, 70, you will hear what happened because of their internal weaknesses. However, the internal weaknesses of these sectarian groups came to fruition. Idi Amin, an illiterate member of the Obote faction of 1966, of the 1966 unprincipled crisis. Ebizibu byankaga mu mukaaga byali biyimiridde ku nsonga enkyamu. Bali balwanda bikyamu ababirimu abakabaka yeka ne UPC bonna bye baliko byali tubiri ku mulamwa gw'abantu baffe. So in that crisis, Idi Amin had been part of the faction of Obote. But now he overthrew the remnants of the UPC party that had started crumbling ever since 1966. Kati Idi Amin yali mu Chiwayi. Chiwayi, is it a fragment? It's a fragment. Idi Amin yali mu Chiwayi kimu kya UPC. Kati yajjako ebisigara bya UPC ebyali bisigaddewo. Idi Amin removed the remnants of the UPC because the UPC had started crumbling in 1966. Nadiope, one of the vice presidents, was in prison. Ibinjira, Secretary General, was in prison. Barak Chiria, so this was from 66. Arrested not by anybody else but by Boka Boka, our UPC. Why Obote and the sectarian groups of the 1962 were mistake makers. UPC ne DP bali mu nsobi bakozesa amadini bakozesa amawanga naye tugezako okukola nabo. They were mistake makers. But Amin was a disaster. Was a disaster. Tewaliwo omuntu ali serious eyalina kyako eyali asobola okukola na Amin. We therefore, from the word go, decided to fight Amin. And also use those repeated mistakes of the sectarian groups to create a Ugandan-wide political military force to lift Uganda to higher and the more principled politics and the transformative economic strategy guided by what came to be known as the 4 principles of patriotism, Pan-Africanism, socio-economic transformation and democracy. Amin okuyingira mu buyinza kyali kibi naye ate ffe twakirabamu omugaso. Twawalirizibwa okutandika okwenyingira mu kukola amagye n'ekibiina eky'abamumanayinki ne tuva ku biri bye twali tugezako okutiitiibya bya UPC, DP, Kabaka yeka. Twatandika line empya. Hence, we formed FRONASA, NRA, NRM in the 16 years between 1971 and 1986. Emyaka eyo 16 71 okutuuka 86 twasobola okukolawo ejja epya n'ekibiina ekipya ekiyimiridde ku misingi ey'okwagala Uganda, kwagala Africa, okukyusa embeera y'abantu na democracy. Nevertheless, in all that time, we always tried to engage all the political groups of Uganda to see whether we could not form the widest possible alliance to help us transform Uganda. Hence, we engaged all the groups always, UPC, DP, Kabaka, the Nabodele group, etc. By 1986, when we defeated the remnants of the mistake makers of 1962, abantu bakola ensobi okuva 62 bali mu nsobi. Kati tutuuse emyaka 86, emyaka 24 tuli mu nsobi zokka. Bali ku mawanga, bali ku madiini, bye balimu. Emyaka 24 from 1962 to 1986. By 1986, when we defeated the remnants of the mistake makers of 1962, the neo-colonial economy of the 3 C's and 3 T's, the small enclave economy that was accommodating only 9% of the homesteads by 1962, had almost disappeared because of the bankruptcy and brutality of the Idi Amin group. Number 1, restore the small island of the 3 C's and the 3 T's where possible and necessary. And 2, transform the whole of Ugandan economy and society as we had always intended. Kati jukira myaka jenkaaga twali tetumatidde n'enzirukanya y'ensi n'enzirukanya y'ebyenfuna. Naye ate okuva 71 n'akatono akaaliwo jenkaaga Amin yali akajjeewo. So now, 86 twalina okukola ebintu bibiri eby'amaanyi. Okusooka okuzzaawo kali akazinga k'abazungu ak'ennyuguta 3, Emwaanyi, Pamba n'ekikomo kya Kirembe, ate n'etaaba Kyayi wamu n'obulambuzi. Kali akazinga k'ebyenfuna abazungu ke baali balese wano, ffe twali tulaba nti akazinga ako tekamala. Naye ate Amin bwe yayingira akazinga n'akasanyawo. So now, 86, we had now a double problem. Number 1, restore the okuzawo akazinga. Number 2, kukola ekyaffe kiri kye twali twagala kukola okuva edda, okukyusiza ddala ebyenfuna bya Uganda. To put these 2 missions to the people of Uganda, okwagala okutegeeza abanyuganda ensonga zino ebbiri, we put forward the 10 points program of the NRM. Twalangirira ensonga 10 za NRM. Tuli mu nsiko. Point number 5 of those points talked of building an independent, integrated, self-sustaining economy, linked both vertically and horizontally. In spite of obstructions by the parasites, the uninformed, and the traitors, we have done exactly that. We have moved through or into 5 phases. Phase 1, bring back the small island economy of 1980 that Amin and the subsequent regimes had destroyed, totally informalizing the economy into one of magendo, smuggling, Chibanda, forex black market, Kusamra,